right?
Yes,
Yeah,
all
all right. So it's already live now. Hi, assalamualaikum. Good morning, everybody. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Rabbana shrah lana sudurana wa yassir lana umurana wa hlul 'uqdatam min lisanina yafqahul qawlana. Welcome to Tech Ed Talks, where issues related to technologies in education will be discussed, especially in 360 degrees video-based learning. Today's topic is entitled Making Educational Videos Educational. I am Muhammad Safa Ashari Muhammad Salim, together with my partner.
Hi, I'm Diana Susiana Muhammad Shah.
We are the moderators for today's talk.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am honored to introduce you to our speaker today. He is an amazing speaker, definitely. We are preparing you a PDF that containing all the information about our speaker today, Mr. Hasnan Zafar Baloch. So Mr. Hasnan Zafar Baloch has over 20 years of experience on training, designing, developing, and implementing e-learning for higher education. Mr. Hasnan Zafar Balok is now a manager of e-learning in International Medical University, IMU KL, Malaysia. How are you, Mr. Hasnan?
I'm fine, thank you. First of all, I would like to thank UITM for inviting me. And I could see the crowd is very active. There are a lot of comments. So
Alhamdulillah.
that's a good motivation for anybody to talk with this energetic crowd. Thanks.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Hasnan. By the way, Mr. Hasnan, I would like to inform you and our audience that we are actually on live on CIDL, Facebook, and Safwat.
And our official YouTube channel. So
Yes.
we would like to ask for a favor from all audience to please hit the like button for our Facebook page and also like and subscribe for our YouTube channel. Please, yeah?
Yes. Yes, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. All right, everyone. We are going to go live for approximately 1 hour and 30 minutes. Hence, we are going to break this session into this webinar into three sessions consisting of 30 minutes per session. If you have any questions to ask to our speaker today, to our amazing speaker today, please drop your question on the comment box in YouTube and Facebook. Yes, we have the QR code. You can scan the QR code to go on live with us today. Are you ready, Mr. Safwat?
I'm all ready, Miss Diana. How about you, Mr. Hasnain?
Excellent.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Okay,
So,
All
all right.
right, everyone. All right, everyone. Please join me to welcome Mr. Hasnain Zafar Baloch. Over to you, Mr. Hasnain.
okay, thanks for a great introduction. And I think the great audience is actually very important for any event to be successful. So let me share my screen. Feel free to use chat whenever
Yes.
you have any queries or any question. And just to confirm, I think the technical team have to share my desktop. Just hold on. My voice is clear, right?
Very clear,
Crystal clear,
sir.
Mr. Hasnain.
Okay. How about audience?
Yes,
Selamat
how about
pagi.
audience?
Macam mana hari ini?
Selamat pagi.
Yes, good initiatives here. Yeah. I could see people from Malacca also joining UITM. So by the way,
Yay.
my first job was in Malacca,
Oh, wow, excellent.
Multimedia
Yes.
University in Aircro, Malacca. Yeah.
All right.
So
Alhamdulillah.
I was there as a tutor and then lecturer and things like that. Yeah, very clear. Okay. I'm just waiting for my screen to be shared to the audience, and then we will start.
So today we're going to okay, so the screen is there. All right, Mr. Hasnain, you can start.
Yep. The
Excellent.
screen
All the
is here
best, Mr.
already.
Hasnain.
Okay, thanks. So as actually moderator already introduced me, my name is Hasnan. I'm from Pakistan. living in Malaysia for more than 20 years and currently working at International Medical University. And topic today is like how we are going to make videos or video-based content more effective so that it's serve the purpose or objective, and how we are going to enhance the educational component of videos. Okay, so let's move on to next slide. Okay, just take out your handphones, your smartphones, or you open a new tab and key in pollev.com/IMU poll and click from where you are watching this webinar or from where you are originally. So your choice. I just want to see from where the audience are. So we have someone from Perak already. That's cool. That's great. So just key in pollev.com/IMU poll. So it seems
Mr. Hasnain, Mr.
yes.
Hasnain, we have from Indonesia as well, Mr. Hasnain, from
Okay,
University Terbuka Indonesia.
Yeah, so someone can put in the ocean somewhere, you know, close to Indonesia. Yeah. Okay. That's cool. That's nice. So I think it seems like majority of you are from Perak, so that's cool. That's nice. So let's move on. By the way, I'm using poll everywhere for this engagement with live engagement with audience. Yeah, so let's move on and share with you some statistics about video-based content. 4 years ago, when I was discussing with senior management at my institution, so I was actually telling them that future is video-based content, you know. So with the pandemic, things even more expedite, and the need for more educational content and video-based content even increases. So let me share with you statistics. By 2022, more than 80% of all online traffic will be video-based. Okay, and the videos crossing the internet at the rate of up to 1 million per second. So just imagine the comparison of videos and video-based content. And 6 out of 10 people already prefer watching an online video compared to content on television or any other resource. Okay. Now, this is a research, and I shared the link also there. More than 95% of a message will be retained if you project in a video-based content. Okay. Now, moving on to live stream. That's the trend now. Even this talk is going live on multiple platforms. You know, I think YouTube and Facebook is already there, and StreamYard is already also there. So that's what the statistics says. More than 86% of colleges and universities, they have YouTube presence. Okay, and 55% of college presidents predict students will take at least some online classes. And by the way, this statistic seems like before COVID-19. Now it's actually almost 100 times more. All our children, like my children, classes are online now. So like 77% of colleges offer online courses. So with COVID-19 or pandemic, is almost 100%, you know. Okay, so this just brief statistics to share the importance of video-based content. Today's menu will be, I will be covering and discussing this briefly introduction and what types of video-based content we have. The three processes involve in producing video-based content. Okay, I'll be sharing in detail. Then types of video-based content. Then storyboards. Storyboard is very important. It's like a blueprint or of your map. Like before you construct a house, you need to come up with your own sketch. So you can tell the architect or sketcher, I need 4 rooms, I need 2 floors, and then the blueprint will be given, or map of that house will be given to contractor, to electrician, to carpenter, and everybody could actually fit in. So a carpenter bring in a door will fit into the luban or the space left by architect. So that's the importance of a blueprint or a map for a house. So everybody will have the same specs, specification. Similarly, storyboard is very important document. It's kind of agreement between subject matter experts and technical people or developer or videographers. Okay, so I'll be sharing in detail about storyboard. The last thing I would be sharing some free tools and some, you have to subscribe to these tools. So these tools, most of them are web-based tools. Okay, so will assist us in enhancing our content, engagement, interactivity, and many more things could be done using these tools. Okay. And the last thing I will be having, I think we have changed slightly the program. I think we will have 3 sessions of Q&A. We'll split 1.5 hour into 3 sections, so as briefed by moderators. Okay, so let's move on. When we say video-based content, I'll go with very simple to advanced. The first one, let me take the laser pointer. So first one is very simple. Everybody, all lecturers, I think, know PowerPoint, right? Or slides presentation by Google, right? So what simple version of video-based content could be? You open your PowerPoint, and if you're using the latest version, Office 365, you just click on record slideshow and record with your camera on, like the way now you're seeing me. This is actually my slides, and I'm not using PowerPoint. You're viewing it using streaming studio or softwares. So in your PowerPoint, with your slides, you could click slideshow, click record, and start recording. So this is a simple version of your content, and export this material at the end into video and then upload to any platform you want. So this is a simpler version. Then slightly advanced version is called screen capturing. So mostly if you are using some software demonstration of some tools, then I would say use screen capture, because anything I will be showing on the screen, the software will capture it and convert it into a video-based content. I will be sharing some tools, free tools, how you could do the screen capturing. Okay, even in PowerPoint also they have this feature now. So you could actually set the space. I can capture half of this slide or full screen as I want to capture or record the video. The third category would be live cast. I think this is now a hit trend. I would say during pandemic, you would see like some of the YouTubers, even journalists now moving to YouTube. They have their own channels, artists, a lot of educators. I would suggest and recommend every educator should have their own YouTube channel, because if your university allows, sometimes the institutions don't allow your own private content sharing. Okay, but do check with your institution, and if you could have that, then it would be a great platform for learners to access your content. I will be moving slightly complicated or more interactive video-based content, and you may notice here H5P. I have to disclaim, I am not getting any commission from these companies. I'm just promoting some, based on my experience, some good tools to you. H5P, by the way, is free tool, and it's a suite. It's more than one tools inside that suite. And you could, one of the feature or element in H5P is interactive video. Even Camtasia can do much better job also, or similar job as H5P. Then you can actually have a layer on top of a video. You could pause the video. Even in YouTube, you could notice some of the YouTube videos, they will pause and ask you to click or jump to another video, right? So the next one is 3D elements. So as internet and infrastructures improves and our smart devices computational power is increasing, we could even put a 3D component or element in your content and let learner view it, and it could actually, based on learner preference, they can rotate and they can move, they can 3D. So that could be embedded and make it part of your video content. The last thing, which is very highly interactive and slightly expensive, because you need some special devices or high computing devices to create content, and that is called mixed reality, the XR, AR, augmented reality, and VR, virtual reality. So sometime if you go and Google 3D animal images, and if your phone sports, you can actually project that 3D model onto your dining table or onto your sofa. So I have experimented with my children. So they were excited. They were actually making it large, small, rotating them. The animals is freely available on YouTube, this 3D models, and then you could make sure that your smartphone is actually sporting that kind of content, and then you will see how engaging. I mean, my children spend hours, to play with the cat, because sometimes if you pinch or double click, it will create sound. We have even embedded do augmented reality of tigers and few others. So just imagine if you have equipment in a laboratory and learner can scan that equipment, and a video how to use that equipment could be layer on top of that equipment as a mixed reality content. Hope everything is okay. My pace is okay. I will slowly increase my speed. Hopefully you can get my accent now. Equipment in a laboratory and learner can scan that equipment, and a video how to use that equipment could be, there is an echo layer on top of that equipment as a mixed reality content. Okay, I'm hearing a background. Okay. Yes. So let's move on. That's good. I got very good comments and feedback. Alhamdulillah, that's great. So let's move on. Video design and development, as I mentioned in my menu of today, that I'll be sharing with you the three important processes. Okay. The first one is pre-production. The moment any idea pop-ups in your mind that, oh, this content or this topic or this learning outcome or objective, I need to design a video-based content. The pre-production starts at that moment. Okay. Then, and it goes on, planning, identifying the role, storyboarding is in pre-production, and then comes actual production. So all these three steps are very, very important to come up with quality content. Okay. And the last one is post-production. In production, we will be using all the equipments, lighting and few other aspects. Sometimes you need to come up with the scripts, and post-production is you glue up all together and make sure it's ready to be published to audience. Okay. So let's move on and dive in detail about different processes, these three processes: pre-production, production, and post-production. When we are talking about pre-production, so it's process of planning. We need to do the need analysis, what this material is required for, what is the scope, what need to be highlighted. All this need to be done in that. What is the objective and purpose of this video-based content? We need to conceptualize the video, because I just now explained that idea pops up in your mind may not have the same expectation or same level of understanding to all team who is going to record and who is going to do the post-production. So make sure you conceptualize how you want the video. Don't worry about perfection, like, because it could be a very rough sketch. Okay. Right. I saw a comment. We have someone from Indonesia also. That's great. Okay. Welcome. Then the last one is provide an initial proposal. Like, for example, we are a subject matter expert. So you could even write down in your proposal, I want this video to be 6 minutes. I want to have interaction by clicking the object, by asking a question. Like just now, I have asked you in a poll. So all this must be in your initial proposal. Even you can put cost if you're outsourcing to somebody, like a company. But most of universities now, they have this multimedia or digital media team where they would actually do all the production and post-production, right? So any question on pre-production before I move on? You can use the chat. Okay, seems everything is okay. So let's move on. Now, in pre-production, the first thing after you got the proposal ready, you visualize your, video. The best way to convert that, visualization or concept into a more structured format, and we call as storyboard. Okay, so storyboard is similar as just now I gave you example of a house map. Okay, where architecture, electrician, everybody have their own piece of information, and they will understand very well. And all these different people or different professionals will have same understanding. So storyboard will play a same role. So storyboard can be in a form of drawing, sketches. I just shared with you on the right side here. You could use different softwares, right, to use this. Even I would suggest just use PowerPoint. I'll be showing you some examples in the following slides. So it's a description of a shot. You could even guide our videographers or photographers that I want a wide angle for first few seconds or few minutes. Then you zoom in to this cup. You have to mention like objects, because, or after showing the cup for few seconds, move to the screen, because in front of me is now screen. So things like that you should mention in your storyboard. It's an instruction for all role players. And don't forget our videographers, because they are very important people in all these team members. So short spaces, you could say that short size, length. Even you could say that I need to have multiple shots, like 2-3 cameras shooting one scene. And then later on, you could actually merge in the post-production. Then you could even highlight by showing the arrow. So if you see here, this is where it shows the arrow. From this side, you need to actually record, or you need to enter the object from this side. And the last thing is actually script or dialogue. Most of my senior academicians, with all due respects, they will not agree with me, or with, this is my own experience. They will say, oh, I have been doing this topic for 10 years, no worries. I can actually talk for hours. But the moment you bring these professors or senior academicians into studio where you have lights, you have 3-4 cameras, they may get bit nervous, and the plan in their mind may be not, followed. And most of the time we have to retake 3-4 times. So I will highly encourage you that it's good to have script. And I will be sharing with you some of the pictures where we can project script just behind the camera. It's like a teleprompter. Most of the politicians, you notice that they memorize every speeches, right? Actually, they have a teleprompter. Even Obama and even Biden, Joe Biden, they have a screen on right and left. If you notice, so in that screen they could read that text and they could make it more perfect in their speeches. So same, we should actually learn from these people and these fields how we could incorporate in our education all the best practices. Okay, and even in your script you could write that take a pause. Sometimes the topic you're going to cover, you're very passionate, so your voice will go up and your speed will increase automatically. But for audience, you need to slow down. You need to give some time for audience to digest what you're saying. Okay, so that's why you need to put in your script. Sometimes you forget to smile, sometimes you forget to, you see I'm using hands, so this is what we need to do. Sorry for this threat. Okay, this is my antivirus and scanner, so it may prompt few times, but just ignore it. I will close it soon, it appears. Okay, so let's move on. This is a normal sketch. Our graphic designers or multimedia designer Muhammad Lazri, he sketches while we are meeting with subject matter expert. He will come and sketch, scene 1, I need to do this, scene 2, need to do this, is who will be playing, who will be recording, what will be the voice over, male, female, all this. And then he will show this sketch to the subject matter expert. Is this what you want? And from this rough sketch, we could use simple PowerPoint. Everybody's familiar with PowerPoint. Use PowerPoint and come from that sketch, you could convert it into more structured, put it more information. You see here, even we have version, we have even content writer, who is the person who is going to actually write all this storyboard. Then it might not be the same person who will be playing or role. Okay, there will be different people. So this is in detail about the content, what need to be said, what need to be included, and all that. This is actually teaching a learning module on mental health, and this is the storyboard for that. And if you notice here, they are mentioning different format also. So we'll provide the final video. So subject matter will be doing all this video, and all videos are done by external person. So see, these all instructions are very helpful. So if there are external people involved in this video, you need to make sure that we sign the consent form from them, because it's very important. Later on, they may bring you to the court if you don't get consent. So these minor things are very important. Supply the format of certificate and who to sign. All this need to be included in that. So this is the first screen. First, you see, and they mention here voiceover. The first one will be saying this voiceover. The second step, click the start button, need to be actually mentioned. So this is the script running in front of the or at just close to the camera lens, and the presenter could actually read the script. Okay, this is in detail again, where we even share the sequence for graphic designers, what need to be appeared first. So you notice here, item 1, 2, 3 appear one by one in line with voiceover. So videographer need to sync the voice with this text based on this instruction by our subject matter experts. Okay, so let's move on. This is another instruction where we have even female voice to come in and play and read the script. Okay, and even they mention duration also, because in recording you may elongate, you may have maybe 1 to 2 minutes of recording, but the instructions given by SME that you need to cut this scene to just 12 seconds. So you need to, without losing the important or objectives or instructions. Okay, so that's where our videographers and developers are expert in. Okay, so then you explain the scenario and all that. Then you have to put IMU logo. This is another storyboard I'm sharing, where we start with IMU logo and title of our one of the program, and the way we deliver it is open and distance learning. This is detail, and we even put module coordinator. We even put how we are going to deliver. So these are rough sketches. Like then later on, we will put in maybe our own students, those who sign, because every year we ask our students to come for modeling, and we sign the consent form, and we could use their images in these kind of pictures, okay, and this kind of content, right? Then here we are sharing our platform, the screenshot of it. This is in detail. All this is all storyboard, okay, for how we are going to record all this. Now here is more text, right? But in actual form, I will share with you in the following slides. Even module guide need to be shown, and who they should contact. So this is for module coordinators, and they need to give the closing remarks. Okay, let's move on to pre-production after storyboard. Once you finalize the storyboard, you can mention in storyboard, where you like to record. If your objective is to cover experiment of chemistry or chemicals, then you make sure that video should be recorded, if possible, in a lab. If not possible, then use a green screen and ask our developer to put an image of laboratory at the back, so you feel comfortable, and try to mimic the actual environment when you are converting into video-based content. And if you're doing just voice recording, make sure you should have a soundproof room. If you notice here, um, don't use empty room to record your sound, because there will be echo. So if you see here, we put some kind of material to absorb sound. No need to have echo. Okay, so put some furniture in the room, and if you see on the top the angle and the camera, mic, where to put, and this is the light. And similar setting is happening now in behind my laptop. There is a table lamp, okay, which is actually making me shine. Okay, so you need to adjust this lighting because there's a light on top of my head also. That's the fixed one on the wall. So if I don't on this, you will see brightness on my head and shadow and dull on my face. So I need to do all this, and videographers are very experienced in adjusting all this stuff. So location is very important, right? Choose your location appropriately, and guide your videographer to tell them what exactly you want. So if you want to convey a serious message, then the location there should not be background noise, okay? They should be like soundproof and things like that. Sometimes for senior managements or senior people, we'd go do recording in their office, so that could be also provided. Okay, so let's move on to next slide. So before I jump in, so I want to engage with you. Can you please go back to the same link just now I shared, polev.com/IMU poll, and key in what challenges you face when you have to design video-based content for teaching and learning.
All right, Mr.
Yeah.
Hasnan, while waiting for our audience to do that, very interesting, very interesting. I bet the audience has learned a lot. Even on the first part of the presentation, I just want to remind them,
Yeah.
dear audience, if you have any questions to ask, please do not hesitate to drop your questions on the chat box, or maybe the comment section. All right, we'll read the questions to our expert speaker for you, inshallah.
Sure. Is seen something wrong with our poll? Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, equipment and afraid to invest. Yes. So for that purpose, uh, maybe you can invite our team, and we can share uh, shoestring budget how to record video and make video content. We will be sharing. No worries. Yeah. Thanks for. too much info to convey. You need to chunk it. You need to break down, and don't deliver everything in one video. Google have 1 minute. Nowadays we have 3 minutes PhD thesis presentation. So yeah, technique itself, that's a challenge. Yeah. So with practice you will learn. And I would suggest you, we are all in lockdown, most of us, but once everything is over and you go around, try to watch the billboards, or nowadays they have digital billboards. They put advertisement there. They have few seconds to grab your attention. So how they did it, try to observe and ask yourself. Sometimes they will bring in, a celebrity coming in, and the moment you see, somebody, I don't want to name, I know a lot of celebrities, but I don't want to name. But the moment you see, you will get, attraction, and then you will read the message, and message is kind of no idea and skill to design. No worries. So you are at the right place. We will be covering all that. So I think by now everybody should be aware of storyboard and importance of it, right?
Yes, yes.
Great. So tools for creating, yeah. So I will be covering that. No worries, no worries. Creative in creating storyboard. Sometimes start with basic concept. So time constraint, yeah. The first video maybe takes time, but the following videos will reduce the time, because you could involve different teams. I just record my classes and share the recording. Oh, great, perfect, Dr. Won. I really appreciate, and that is the way forward. Now don't rely on technical people too much, because after this pandemic, everybody should. I think there's a Ministry of Higher Education, Ministry of Education initiative to upskill and reskill in digital literacy. So now everybody should at least know how to use the smartphone, how to connect on online classes, right? Because even schools are, sometimes I go and attend my daughter's sessions. The way teachers are engaging students, I really salute them. It's not that easy to jaga Buddha, I mean, they will catch out, they will talk, they will say this. And I was really appreciating them, the way they engage. Yes. So time constraint, yeah. So no time to do design work. Wow, that's not good sign. Because why let me realize and visualize and try to show the importance. If you ask a videographer to be aware of, for example, chemistry terminology, it will take time for a videographer, because normally videographers, not all, there are some videographers, they have PhDs also, but they won't be doing videography. They will be doing something higher order thinking or higher level task. But a normal videographers will be mostly diploma level. So you are asking them a very difficult task to master, to get familiarized with carbon, with hydrogen, with so many terminologies about chemistry, which I could recall from my school age, now. So if you go other way around, if I ask a chemistry lecturer or academician to pick up some skills, at least they should know how to do a perfect storyboard for a developer, for a videographer. And you will be shocked, like those who said that, no time for design. Some of our colleagues at my university, they will use their smartphone and do a rehearsal before the actual videographer comes in, and then they will watch. It's very boring, right, to watch your own lecture, and but for perfection, for improve the quality, I think it's highly recommended. I was the same person, I kind of person, I won't be watching my recording, but when I was doing live broadcasts, I think started 4 months ago on a different platform, hats.tv, I actually watch all my recording to improve myself, where I went wrong, where I was slow, where I was, I should be actually looking at camera and things like that. So although it was informal, it was just jokes and sharing my life, how, and sometimes sharing my different tools I explore. But thanks for the honest feedback. Okay, I really appreciate, and I'm really enjoying the way audience engaging. And this is same. I use poll everywhere. Okay, and let's move on. And I will be addressing almost all challenges in my content. Okay, let's move on to production. Right. So production is the actual and critical stage. This is the second step or process in video based content design, from setting up the venue. So if you have set up in your storyboard, you have written that venue should be a lab or lecture theater. If you are putting a lecture theater, my team in digital media will bring in different cameras, because lecture theater normally will have a large space, and you need to come up with proper lighting, on top of your camera. If you are selecting a lab, normally labs have very high proper lighting, because you need to do experiment, you need to see the color. So most of the cases we don't need additional lighting. So this venue is very important. And then you do the actual recording. Okay. And based on the storyboard is an agreement between subject matter experts and our technical team. So based on that agreement, we will pick up the equipment, and as the content itself is changed to, as you as subject matter expert doing the recording of your video based content. Okay, so you should know your content, your devices. Okay, most of the do you believe that nowadays Hollywood movies are recorded using smartphone? I don't want to name to promote any phone brand. Any smartphone with good quality camera can make videos, movies, right? So just know your equipment, right? That's very important. If it's difficult, don't worry. Our technical team should know their limitations of equipment and make sure they are bringing appropriate equipment. Sometimes you need to change the lens, because certain equipments are not suitable to do outdoor shooting. Certain, for example, I give you example, dentistry. They were doing implant. They were asking us to record that process. So if we bring in the big camera, very difficult to move around, So maybe GoPro, the small camera, or camcorder, high quality one, we could bring in to easily handle and zoom into mouth and show the all procedure. So the equipment is very important. And then when you're doing post production, also make sure you have high speed, or do rendering in the night, let the PC run, and morning everything will be done, Okay. So this is actual production. So sometimes you need additional sportive equipment to adjust. To tell you, my laptop now, you see I'm moving. I'm putting a few books underneath it to adjust it to my eyeball level, the camera. For my table lamp, I'm using actually another table and that is bit higher. So it's adjusting. So you see these additional equipment could enhance the quality of your video-based content. Okay. Lighting is very important. Nowadays, these are the lighting. See how many different angles light you need to put in, and all this to avoid shadows. But these shadows at the bottom we are not covering. We are normally covering half body, So that's why you notice these are different sheets. In our studio, we have different color sheets. So sometimes the background, even we do instruct our subject matter experts to wear that color, they still forget, at that moment. So if you have a white background and the lady, for example, wearing white shirt, so it is not that obvious. So normally we use green color. I will be showing you our studio also. So this is how, if you use smartphone, you can have additional light on top, and we have stand lighting also. So during this pandemic, I think a lot of online stores, they are selling this kind of equipment for even academicians like us to use. Okay, microphone is very important. So always use clip mic. And nowadays they have wireless mics also. So if you could afford, I have my own clip mic. I bought it online, just 3 ringgit, because when I was doing live broadcasts in the park before COVID lockdown, I the voice, background voice was higher than my voice, so I have to clip it, my mic, and plug into my phone, and then it would be actually very nice. So you could use cheaper one, three ringgit, 10, less than 10 ringgit, you can get very good clip mic. Okay, because make sure they have this kind of pin, 3 levels. I was reading technically is very good because they use different channels, to have more clear voice. Okay, now this is a sample of our own studio, and our technical team is in action. This top one is our vice chancellor office, because we want to record something. You notice here we are not facing windows. Window should be at the back, and we have some stand. This is our own indigenous teleprompter. If you can point here, this is our tablet there, and there is a mirror, and we cover it with the cloth, and we put it everything on a stand. It is less than few hundred only, except the iPad or tablet is expensive. This is our green screen, and you see different angle. We have camera here, we have another camera there, and later on we will do the merging and mixing up these two videos in our post-production. I need to request moderator, please let me know if there is a time for Q&A session. Okay. Yeah, it seems, yeah. So maybe, is it okay? Can we have a question answer session?
All right, sure, sir. All right.
Yeah.
So again, I would like to remind dear audience, if you have any questions, you may drop your questions on the chat box or maybe the comment section so that I can read to our speaker. All right. We have a question here, sir,
Sure.
from one of the viewers from YouTube. May you suggest video format and video bitrate that most people can access?
Very, very technical question.
Yeah.
Because for YouTube, you don't need to worry, because YouTube have its own streaming option. You should go on higher end and high quality, because what if I have, for example, this phone is more than 100 refresh rate of screen, the phone I'm using. So if you have a lower bit rate quality of content, it won't look nice on my phone. So you should address all spectrum of devices. So go for higher end if it's allowed, because when you go higher end, you need high resources. You need even rendering time will be double or triple sometime. So that, hope I answers your question. But if you are going very specific, get a survey first. Who is your target audience? What kind of devices they are using? And then you could specify. And I'm not sure, in Multimedia University we did a smart layer on our streaming or content server. It could actually fetch the specs of your device, and it could push accordingly. Like, for example, if you access our imu.edu.my website from your mobile phone, it will push a different content because it is customized to your mobile device. And if you go on desktop, same website will push you more rich content. So that would be my advice. Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much also, Meta Hing up, for the question. All right. We have another one question, sir. The question goes like this. I am still thinking on buying green screen. Can you suggest a good and affordable one? This is from our friend Fadlina Ci Arshad from Dengkil, UiTM Dengkil.
Oh, okay. Green screen.
Yeah, green screen. So
Yeah.
she's asking for a suggestion of a good and affordable one.
How is my background? I'm using a green screen and I do it myself. I just go, cardboards. Normally, children ask, those who are married and those who have children, they will always ask, to do some kind of work. And they say, bring cardboard, One sheet is four ringgit, or is sometimes even cheaper if you go on some stores. So I got at the back on the wall 4 sheets. So 4 times 4, 16 ringgit. What I did, I cut one sheet is full, the other sheets I cut into half and then adjust it according to, so that it covers the full. And I think, Sufyan, you're using a mobile sheet like in the picture I noticed yesterday.
Yes, 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 yes. Yes, I'm using
Okay.
this one. Yeah.
Yeah. So this one
Because
you can
I
get,
didn't know we can actually do it that way, sir. If
yeah.
I know that, I would like opt for the cheaper option.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you so much.
this sheet which you are seeing in the picture may cost you from 50 to 200 or even 1,000 the expensive one. It is foldable. You can twist it and fold in your bag. Must be green color. Yeah. Uh, Green is preferred, but some platforms they even work on one plain color. Zoom, for example, let me technically say that. Zoom even
Mhm.
asks you to pick if your wall is one color, it's okay. And it's
Okay.
all depend now. The latest cameras, they have a virtual camera. I can actually share with you technically also. So they don't mind which color background, they still play background. Nicely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just like StreamYard, yeah. So
Yes.
it's enough if you have a plain wall for you to
Yes.
project the background.
Yes.
All
Agree.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. So we don't it is not necessarily have to be green screen for you to project the background. Okay. That's interesting. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I think there is a comment and I like it. Fai
Fine
Kamrudin.
Kamarudin, yeah.
Yeah, so you should thanks to your painter, or architect who put green color, So this is how, yeah, that's nice. Yeah.
Okay.
Any other question?
Yeah, do you have any other questions from our viewers from Facebook or YouTube? All right.
Okay,
I
if
think
no
that's all
questions,
for
it
now.
means
Yeah.
they are looking more for more information. So
More
let me
information. Yes, yes, yes. Okay,
so
sir.
thanks, Sufyan, for moderating the question answer session. Okay,
Sure, sir. Sure,
so
sir.
let's move on. So I was sharing some of our media team, in action and studio, and their setting. Oops, this is few other screens, and how we do. Uh, you see, before actual recording, our technical team will come in and could you see the slides there? We put even whiteboard, bring in from the classroom and put it in our studio. So sometimes we use projector to let our role player read that, and then can know clearly what need to be talked, what need to be covered, anything missing and all that. So this is actual simulated patient and we are recording there. This is the same. This is another green screen, and I think some of my sample published video, just try to recall these images while you're watching videos in my next slides. Okay. Yes. So find the best lighting. That's very important. And you notice I have just put 2 books under my laptop to adjust it. The picture looks like very much Sufyan, right? But it's I don't think so. He's this. Okay. So make sure you use recording. Like depend on the weather also. Like if it's a bright sunny day, then you need to wear lighter color and you could adjust the brightness. But I would recommend you, if you're doing outdoor, use cloudy day, because if it's too bright, uh, sometimes the camera which are not high resolution or powerful, they may not capture the details of objects. So use cloudy day. uh, 1 hour after sunrise is the best time. It could give you 3D effects, okay? An hour before sunset. So these 2 times are very good time to do recording of video-based content. And if you're doing recording using your laptop and smartphone, make sure don't face face the window, okay? Don't put window behind. Even you have curtain also, but still that will dull yourself, if you have curtain also. Make sure 3-layer curtains, yes, then you can actually have a window at back. Okay, thanks Dr. Daljit Singh for the feedback. Yeah, happy to hear that. So in the production, while you're doing the recording, rule of thirds. So try to split your screen into these boxes and make sure your object should be on these points, because they did a research. The most focus points on the screens were these 4 dots. So make sure anything you want to highlight, you put it there. So if you look at my screen currently, I'm covering all 4 points, My shoulder will be maybe at down 2 points and head will be in between. Okay, so this is how you could adjust yourself. And beware of your object head. Don't cut it. Okay, that is very bad and very, I would say, disturbing for viewers. And sometime you need to do face close up, because when you are expressing something, you should be zoomed in. Okay, and sometime when in the storyboard they says use wide angle, recording, and you notice at the end top somewhere there is a plant or something disturbing, so viewer will be focusing on that object rather than a person talking. So try to zoom in to adjust the disturbance or distraction. And if you notice, the journalists, sometimes they are covering the event, they always make sure there shouldn't be people crossing between the camera and themselves, right? So things like that we don't have, but we should actually be aware of. Anytime anything behind the speaker, they must be behind the speaker, they may be crossing, so you need to take care of that and zoom in to the speaker at that moment. Okay, the other important thing I need to highlight is called vertical recording or vertical view of your content and landscape. With all our social media, or just to name few, TikTok, Instagram, and all that, they prefer vertical. Vertical is high in demand. But based on the research, educational or formal content use landscape while recording. Or if you have a setting, use landscape mode, because it covers more detail and it looks more professional. Because if you use this vertical, sometime if people are watching on landscape mode, you will find black spot or black space right and left. So for formal, use landscape. For informal, you can use vertical, because vertical nowadays high in demand among the youngsters and things like that. Post-production, the last step, which is very important also, it's actually treatment of your production content, because sometimes it's not up to the quality set or up to the mark, so you need to adjust it. And to your shock, these softwares can bring you to Eiffel Tower without going there, and bring you smiling face by editing it. But don't do that, because that will create a lot of time, consume a lot of time for our developers. So I'm just sharing with you the strength and power of these tools. Okay, and this stage will make sure that everything is presentable. And final step, where we need to glue all different component of our video-based content. And it's like mixing, fixing the jigsaw puzzle. We record one scene here, we record another scene in a different location. We do voiceover separately. If you are involving transcribers, then you could actually involve different people. So then you need to glue together and hold all this content so that it's ready to be published. Okay. So when you dive into post-production, first thing you need to do, you need to sort all your footages linked to that content or that topic. I'm just looking at comments just for a while because that's our feedback channel. I'm using two monitors, so that's also very important. Sometimes you're doing live broadcasting, so chat is always on my right side. So that's why you see bit right always on your side, maybe left side, right? Okay, so in post-production, you need to do sorting of the footages and arranging all additional material to support your video-based content. Then you need to assemble it, you see. Sometimes you need to cut, sometimes you need to edit small pieces and then join together and then make sure it is available. The last thing is sound, I'll be showing you in next slide what I mean by that. Mostly I'm dealing with medical professionals. So I always tell them that this is your ECG, of your video. And then at the end, you make sure the published version of your content. Wow. Okay. That's where $1 million question, Irni Ahmed. Suggest the most suitable camera and phone for video recording. So any phone which can, I would say any tool which solves your problem is most suitable. Okay, don't go for cost. But once you reach to professional level, yes, go ahead, buy expensive one, because then you could make out of it ROI. Everybody should follow this principle, return on investment. So if you are investing it, what is the use and utilization? So back to our post-production, sound is very important. Make sure you edit it. Sometime in next slide, I will go in detail. And then make sure you publish in a professional way, and it should be shareable to different platforms. I will be covering different platforms in the later slide also. Yeah, so the other thing, when you're sorting the footage, make sure you have backup. Very, very important. Most of the time with our workload, this is addressed to mostly our technical people. But if you, as a subject matter expert doing everything for your video-based content, always make sure you back up your content to, I would suggest 2 copies. So one is on your phone. If you're using phone and you're recording it, there is a copy of it on your memory or SD card. And another one, you make sure you have a cloud storage. In our case, in our institution, we are having 2 cloud storage spaces and 1 external hard disk. So we always have to take care of this backup. You cannot ask president or chancellor or very senior most person, oh, I lost your recording, That would be the last day of a videographer, So you have to always immediately back up, because if you lost your raw video recording, I'll be coming on tools, okay? Haslinda, just hold on. Tools will be covered, and I will be sharing a lot of softwares there. Okay, so the raw recording is very, very important, okay? And lately, there are platforms where you can sell your own video base or content, because that is very precious. Because nowadays you can sell the rights also, and then I'll be sharing a tool where you could subscribe and access all library. So this raw content is very important. Make sure you back up. Okay, then in assembly and cutting, you join in 2 different clips and make sure it follows the sequence of our storyboard. This is what I was telling you about audio. Audio is very important. And this is the part where I was always referring to as ECG of your video. This ECG should have high beats, up and down. If it's flat, like this one, it's already boring. Without even I publish this content, I know it's boring because it's monotonous, It's like reading news. Even nowadays, newscasters are more innovative. They will raise their pitch. They are standing nowadays. Why? Because when you're standing, you have more energy, your informal gestures, your voice will go up and down. So this is a good sign that your voice is going up and down. You are emphasizing on certain words and things like that. And anything flat like this, is actually noise. So if I stop talking, suddenly you might be hearing my aircon sound, my fan, or background. So in post-production, software can cut this, can eliminate this. So all these points need to be reduced, or sometime you have to check back. You might be saying something, but your volume is less because maybe you go back from the mic. Okay. So in a post-production, we can increase the volume, but this is not recommended. As you increase, you are increasing the noise of that segment also, but it possible. But normally what we do, we ask our subject matter expert to re-record that portion, and then we crop and put it here, join back with the main video session. Okay, let me share with you some of the videos, and there will be questions at the end of the video, so use your chat and share. So let's show you one of the professional video, and the video is about instructional video, how to design and develop high jump platform in the sports, when you do high jump. Okay, hopefully the video will play, because the other time it's actually fetching data from YouTube. Let me go back. This is what I did. Yes, so now it's playing.
An appropriate landing area is essential for all competitions, but the length, width and depth will depend on the level of competition and the athletes taking part. It should be placed in a
Sorry, my mistake. Just to check, the voice is there. Just, can I confirm? Can you hear the voice, the music and the sound of the video? Yes, no?
An appropriate landing area is essential.
Okay, thanks for the feedback.
For all competitions, but the length, width and depth will depend on the level of competition and the athletes taking part. It should be placed in a central position at the end of the area designated for the competition. For basic competitions, the recommended size is 5 meters long by 3 meters wide by 0.7 meters in height. There should be a cleared area in front of the landing area on which the athletes can make their run-ups and then attempt to jump the bar onto the landing area. For basic competition, the recommended area is 16 meters wide by 15 meters long. The run-up and takeoff areas should in general terms be flat. The uprights which hold the crossbar are placed on either side of the front edge of the landing area. The uprights should be placed 4 meters apart. A piece of adhesive tape 50 millimeters in width should be placed on the ground to indicate the position of the vertical plane of the crossbar. Any type of rigid uprights can be used and shall have the supports for the crossbar fixed to them. During competition and when requested by the athletes during the warm-up period, the crossbar is placed on the supports so that it is level. The crossbar is 4 meters in length, and when placed on the supports there should be a gap of 10 millimeters, the width of a little finger, between each end of the crossbar and the upright. An area for the athletes to sit should be placed on one side of the run-up area. A table and chairs for the judges in charge of the recording should be placed in a convenient position outside the run-up area between the athlete seating and the landing area to enable good communication with the other judges as well as the athletes. The judges should ensure they also have a suitable device, most commonly a measuring stick for measuring the height of the bar as well as some spare crossbars. If the bar is likely to be raised to height taller than the judge's arm reach, then some stools on which they can stand when raising the bar would also be handy.
Okay, any feedback, you can use in the chat. Yes.
All right, everyone. Might be you can comment on the chat box so that we can read. Mr. Hasnain, yes, Mr. Hasnain, while waiting
Yes,
for they to respond, I have a question from Facebook
yeah.
from Madam Haslinda Abdul Hamid. Can you
Mhm.
please suggest the simplest software that I can use to edit and cut our recorded video?
Yeah, I have actually answered it. I will be showing few softwares at the end.
Mhm.
So that time you will get the answer.
All right. Okay. So
No
inilah ya.
worries. Yeah,
Okay.
just hold on. Yeah. Okay, so voice is bit monotonous. Okay, good. Yeah, so there's always room for improvement for any artifacts in the world. Okay, that's for sure. But what is the good point in this video? I have been watching these high jumps for almost like 30 years, I would say, but I never get into this much detail. After watching this video, I get to know the height, the weight, and let me share with you.
Be a gap of 10
This you
millimeters,
see
the
here,
width of a little finger, between
this part. Uh, I was not aware of that. The what actually they are showing. There's a issue with this content.
Mhm.
Because the dots were showing going up, right? I don't know why I cannot bring in my laser on to. You see, where they have written 10 mm, the dots actually showing and going up. When I watched first time, I thought there is something at the point of 10 mm, and that should be the distance between the bar and on top. Sorry for that. Because this is my IT people calling me. Okay. Hope
Oh,
everything is
no
okay.
problem.
No worries, because we are using Microsoft Teams, so I
I
forget to change the status there.
no
Anyway,
problem.
so actually the video is showing not the height. When I first time saw, I thought it's 10 millimeter from the bar. There must be something. Actually, they are discussing the distance between the left bar and the horizontal bar. There should be space of 10 mm. So this should be a slightly more modified and adjustable, so that we know it's not the distance vertical, is the horizontal distance between the two bars. And but anyway, there's few more things which I need to highlight. Somehow I'm feeling difficulty in my cursor.
They're not working well with you today, I guess.
each end of the crossbar and the upright. An area for the athletes to sit should be placed on one side of the run-up area.
Yeah, this part. You see, this is very clear. And the next one is the judges one. We normally watch. Sorry. This was other video I clicked.
Yeah.
Okay.
The table and
You see
chairs for the judges in charge of the recording
how detailed this video is for a constructor to construct all this. So I think in our educational videos, we must make sure learner is hearing first time these terminologies and these terms. This is their first time. We are expert. We have been, it's our part of DNA now. If you are teaching subject more than 3 times, everything is in your mind, the story, picture, everything is clear. So make sure we should go in detail if you are delivering it asynchronously or unguided. Like for example, now if I shared my slides with anybody, uh, most of them may not have clue
should be placed in a convenient
what
position outside the
sorry.
run-up area between the athletes.
Yeah, so I was telling you like what I'm trying to explain here, because the way I structure my slides is next to me. So my slides with my voice will make sense and will complete the story. So you need to make sure how you're delivering your content. If it's unguided, make sure it's in detail. Highlight this important component. Ask the videographer to zoom in, and then with the help of softwares, which I'm going to share later on, would assist us to enhance our video-based content. The second example, okay, let's move. Okay, video is just few seconds, right? May I know what is going on in this video, this content?
Acupuncture.
Acupuncture, yes. And you notice there's no voice, right? Because
Yes.
we'll be using this video. Yes, no sound.
No sound, yeah, correct. From
Now you hear
pharmacology.
sound, right? Yes. And I would suggest this disclaimer is very important for every video-based content. You should put this disclaimer. This video will be using later on with our H5P HTML5 package software, which is a free plugin for most of the LMS, learning management systems, where you could add in layers on top of the video. So later on, we'll be adding the layers. Okay. Can I quickly check how much time left? Are we on track?
15 more minutes left, Mr. Hasnain. Yes, we still have
50, right?
no, 50, 15.
Oh, okay. So I have to speed up a bit.
All
So
right.
I will show very quickly. This is another video.
No problem. Yeah, you can continue, no problem.
Yeah. So this is about one of the
health
module.
system operations module. In this module, you'll be able to synthesize those various management concepts into a health system operations. What you will learn in this module is the big picture. What is a health system? What are the objectives of the various health systems and what they aim to achieve? Today, the health systems are rapidly evolving, driven by technology, cost, economic, and political factors.
I will be skipping because of the time. You notice, I think I should thanks to my media team, okay? The way they put up. You notice this content, this is just an introduction of one of the module where Topan Safura, she's actually program director of our MBA healthcare program, which is now running as ODL format or blended learning. So this content, you don't need to always project at subject matter expert, You notice she came into the video first few seconds and then her voice is there. We assist the video content with other materials, with pictures, with text, with later on I will show you, we even get some stock library video sample also, which could highlight the process. Okay, so that's what. And the last video I'm going to share is about safety. Thanks to our media team who have actually compiled it nicely.
Wow, thank you.
And this is attention grabber,
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to have your attention for the safety briefing. As an essential part to ensure the health, safety, and well-being of the entire university community and their visitors, please direct your attention to the screens above as we share with you the emergency procedures. In the event of an emergency such as fire, explosion, bomb threat, or any other emergencies, the alarm will ring continuously. Do not panic. Everyone must evacuate the building by way of the safest and closest emergency exit. Please leave the building.
You notice here, I want to show purposely is animated video. So this is what Leslie, one of our champion in animation and animated videos, he have even, or as Wendy actually sync it, our technical team, sync the lips movement with the voice. And voice is from one of our ex-faculty member, no? Okay.
Think quickly and calmly. Do not use the lifts. Take a minute to locate the exit closest to you.
This part is the 3D model, 3D objects. Remember, I was asking you 3D. So we have converted, this map was given on a piece of paper or digital, simple, the first image. Then our technical team have converted it into 3D, and we have been using in our video.
There are 9 emergency exits on each floor of this building. Make your way to the assembly point as shown.
We have even used drones, okay? So, I mean, it's all up to the resources, whatever resources you have, or even Google Map can do that. So, by the way, this right side is our new hospital, and it's quite old, this video. Now we have already almost completed, you know. So we are building our IMU hospital, almost completed. Just building is completed. Now we are actually putting up equipment in it. So this is what how we are going to highlight the key and important aspect in the video.
Walk quickly and calmly to the designated assembly point. Do not re-enter the building until
So you see, we have highlighted and taken the actual picture of that scene where you have to assemble.
instructed. Emergency equipment such as stretchers and wheelchairs are available at level 3 and lower ground floor for those who require them. AEDs or automated external defibrillators are available at level 2 and level 4. Always be safe. Thank you for your attention.
So all those who have watched, now you can go in IMU building and you will be familiarized with all our emergency exits, okay? So you will be more safer, okay?
More safer. So
Another
if
video
that's
content? Yes, sorry.
Sorry, nine?
Could you repeat what you're saying?
No, you can proceed with SAS 9.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So while it was fetching the data from YouTube, so we engage with our moderator, you know.
Yes,
Right. So this is, yeah, this is another type of video-based content we call 360 degree. That's very much relates, yeah, very much relates to the department hosting this webinar. So what we are doing, we use a special camera, and the cheapest camera can get less than 1,000 or even 500 without any brand, okay? But
any brand, all right.
But I know, I mean, you know what I'm trying to say here. But with branded like Samsung, you can get about 1,500 to 2,000, the basic one. So camera will look like just the, I would say, like, I don't have the image, but you can place it on a tripod and it will capture 360.
360. Why do you think that 360 degree videos is more, it give more benefit than the usual one? Why do you think so, Mr. Hassan?
Very nice question. Because you can't convert each and every video into 360 degree. So make sure learner have something to explore in your video or in your scene. Then only you could convert it. For example, this is one of the lab experiment where this student have to move around and pick equipment, pick materials from different places in the lab. So you are giving a freedom for students to adjust the angle of the camera wherever they would like to prefer to see. So make sure most of the angles, there must be something related to the outcome or objective of your content. Okay, hope I answers your question.
Thank you, Ms. Hasna. You have answered it correctly.
Okay. So I got full marks, right? Just kidding.
10 marks. I'll give you 10 marks. Full marks, hundreds. Yep.
So you see here, this is we have hosted on a YouTube. So when you have this icon on top left, the button where I can roam around, okay? I can even change, right? So this is where you make sure you have something for learner to roam and view and browse, okay? So 360-degree is also another level of interaction in your video-based content. Okay, so let's move on. So now here comes the question which you asked about tools.
All right. Puan Haslinda
Okay.
just now, yes? Yeah. So
Yeah,
this is
but
going to be
before
the answer for the questions.
sure, before that there is Ms. Salwa is asking, what do you think about the use of 360 videos in language classrooms? It all depends on how you're going to design, you know. If you ask me, you want to use, don't use tools or technology for sake of just using it and it's kind of putting in your KPI. don't use any tool if you have no problem with your existing technique.
I see.
To me, even this pen is a tool, but make sure you have it to solve some problem. if if you don't have problem, don't spend money, resources, you know.
I see.
So
If you don't have, okay, if you do not have something to sign, don't buy pen.
yeah. Because so to answer your question, if you really want to use it, then design in such a way. For example, in languages, you have verbs, you have noun. So let them scatter these words. And I don't know which level you are asking. So you have to mention which level of learning or students you are addressing your content. I'm just sharing with you some example at primary school or introductory level or basic level. So you could throw your verbs and nouns and in different colors, and then they could roam around and they can, you know, in
So
your classroom.
we're going to capture all the activities conducted in the class.
Yes, yeah. So it is. I give you another analogy. You know, like you buy 4x4 car, 4-wheel drive, and you never go off the road. You're always driving on the road in the city. So you're wasting that feature. You know, you will not enjoy it.
I agree.
So so if you're using 360 video, make sure there must be some elements for them to explore. You could go Google 360 videos for ocean, you know, that is very great. I mean, great content. When you dive in ocean, you roam around right, left, you will see different kind of fishes. You could even see, you know, different, elements or different animals inside, you know, sea. So that's very important way of doing 360 video. Okay, back to this slide. Can anyone recognize any logo? These are different logos of different tools. Use your chat or moderator are not allowed to answer because they know.
All right, okay. Off the record.
Yeah. Yes, I'm sure this everybody knows here. This logo.
Yeah.
The red one. Oh, Blender. Great. Kamal. That is great. That's one of the tough one and one of free software. Very important and
Looms
very
from
nice.
Firos.
Yeah, Looms. Looms here. This one. Looms is giving. If you sign up with IMU, with EDU email, thanks to our technical staff here in UITM. I actually was aware of, but I forget. If you sign up with the EDU email, you will get unlimited access to Looms. Looms is providing screenshot and video editing and hosting platform. Powtoon is here. This one. It gives you animated video design. YouTube is there. Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
Canva. Puan Nur
Canva.
Razida Zakaria. Yes.
Where is Canva?
Where is Canva, Puan Nur Razida Zakaria?
Which logo is Canva? Wow, you're seeing something behind behind these images maybe. But Canva is also a very good platform to host website, and now they are even incorporating video-based content. Yeah, I see Camtasia. Yes, you're right.
Not here. All right. So Akmal Kamal, Vimeo.
Vimeo is here. Yes, Vimeo is kind of similar to YouTube video hosting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no worries.
Mr.
Yeah,
Hasnai, while
yes,
waiting
yes.
for the rest to answer about all this logo, I have a question from Sharaf Ahmad.
Sure, sure.
Yeah. So, what is appropriate resolution for educational video meant for the student to download since students do not have sophisticated or high-end laptops?
Okay, I think I have answered it. When you're using streaming servers, always go for high end, and streaming server will adjust automatically. Have you noticed watching a YouTube video and make it auto? So when your bandwidth lowers down, the resolution will low down.
Yeah,
It will
correct.
not pause your video. So it's very difficult to answer this question because the spectrum is very wide. So a person living in a kampong or remote area may not have a bandwidth. So
Yeah.
I don't have that slide now in this slide deck, but in another slide deck where I talk about blended learning, I touch a bit on this. And Prof. Rozan from USIM, he mentioned, and he gave me an article where we always talk about high tech and low tech, and we forget about no tech. Students,
Oh,
they don't have technology. How we
correct.
are going to address them? So that's the three spectrum we should always think of,
So
and
into
make
our
sure
mind.
our content covers all that.
Understood.
Okay, hope is clear now.
All
Yeah.
right. So, Miss Hasnai, we have 5 more minutes, Miss Hasnai.
Okay, sure.
All right.
So let me cover up. This is H5P. So if you scan the QR code, you will go to the website, and where you could actually access the free version on this website will have limited features where you could access. And once you integrate or implement in LMS, you will get interactive video also. Camtasia is another one where they can do the screen recording and video editing. DaVinci Resolve. Camtasia is not free. It you can have some, I think, 2 weeks trial version, but you can subscribe if you think is appropriate and suitable. Similar feature like H5P, but H5P have even more component because it's a suite of tools. And then we have DaVinci Resolve, free software for all platforms, basically Windows and iOS, right? Yeah, I have a question. What about Microsoft PowerPoint?
Yes,
PowerPoint
Microsoft.
got great power if you really use powerfully. Okay, they got
Yes.
all feature.
Mm-hmm.
If you want, I can conduct a session on PowerPoint and can do all these things. I used to do animated videos using PowerPoint,
Wow.
but you need to spend a lot of time. But these tools will have built-in feature. With one click, you will get all the
Yeah,
motion
so
path and everything.
we can save most of our time.
Yeah, but those who are comfortable with PowerPoint, they can really produce a lot of interesting content. Okay, DaVinci Resolve is free. And to answer a question, there was simplest editing. I would suggest Shortcut. I have given Shortcut to my daughter, and within 1 week, she's, I think, 15 years. She completed within 1 week, and she's now publishing videos on YouTube using Shortcut, free
So she
software.
is the
And
master of shortcut now.
yeah, it's easy.
Easier.
I was pronouncing it shortcut, but actually it's a shortcut, not no R. Actually, it's a shortcut to video editing,
I see.
quote unquote, the shortcut. Okay. Yeah, this one is free tool. You can download, and there are a lot of resources available on YouTube if you stuck somewhere. Okay, if you want technical workshop on these tools, I can invite my technical team and we can have 3 hours, and you could be professional and you could even work with the e-learning team, you know.
Absolutely. We will invite you more. We will
Sure.
invite you again. Yes.
Yeah. Another tool which is also free is called it's more than tool. It's actually a platform. If you scan this QR code, you will get the URL and you will get to the page. It's called Flipgrid. Okay, Flipgrid. So it's like empowering every voice. So you could do video, create video content, share with students, and you see enter your code to join. Actually, there's some sequence out of sequence, you know. So once you enter the code, you will be virtually joining a classroom, and inside the classroom the content will be arranged in a platform. You can give feedback as a video also or as a audio. So very powerful platform. This is what I was telling you about additional content which need to be supported to our technical developers. So if you look at, this is not free. If you subscribe, you may get old stock free, limited, like 14 images will be free every week. So something like that. But still, it's worth it if you try free. So you will get stock videos, you will get video templates. You could use, you see, just now I start with video with music and with logo coming in every video. So you can pick one of the template, change the logo, change the images, background music will be there, and you could reuse it. So no need to reinvent the wheel if the content is available online, right?
Correct.
Yeah. The other thing I need to share, let's move on. It's a poll. Can I have few more minutes? Is it okay?
Please.
This is
Okay,
actually a
that's fine. Please.
summary. Yeah. This is a summary.
Alright.
It's the same link. Go back to the link and just key in word or 2 words, 3 words, which we have explored today. You can
Alright.
key in multiple times.
Oh, okay.
You can even put Hasnan, you know, my name, or UITM or IMU, anything we explored, right? So this would be a summary. So let's see what first word appears here.
All right. So write in a word or two what we
Interactive.
Wow.
Yes,
Interactive.
great.
Excellent.
Yeah, you're right. So this is a close-up summary session. It's actually green screen, so good. Storyboard. Wow, I'm happy that you remember Storyboard. Tools. Yes, editing tools. We covered some. Most of them were free. Yeah. Great. Some more. You can key in more words. So this will be the screenshot. You can take screenshot of it, and that would be the summary of our session. Tech, low tech, yeah, high tech, yes. Impactful, yeah. So how we could make it impactful? Look at our young generation. They can't focus more than few seconds. So make sure every few seconds you change the content. You see, everybody is paying attention on this image because every few seconds it rotates. So new terms come in. I'm sure everybody is looking at it. Oh, where is my word? You know, the one I keyed in. So that's how you could engage with your audience. Yeah. So free tools. Yes. Video. Awesome. Wow. Great. Thanks. That's really motivating all of us. Engage, creativity, impactful, green. Yeah. So you see tools, tech, and editing video is more prominent. So I'm happy that we have achieved almost what was our objective, you know. Yeah, so keep key in. May I know how many total audience we have? This is a virtual attendance, okay. How many is now paying attention? It's okay if you don't want to disclose. because we have multiple platforms, so it will take time to check all, right? Yeah. Yes, AR, VR. Yeah.
We're looking for the number right now.
No worries. Yes.
We have over 300 viewers on YouTube alone.
Wow, that's great. That's great.
I'm not really sure about Facebook, but over 300 from
Yeah.
they are viewing on YouTube.
Thanks a lot. So H5P is there. Wow, that's great. That's great. So the what we have covered almost is here. So I will be moving forward. You can take the snapshot, and normally what I will do, I will paste this on my Twitter. No need to write summary of my talk. This word cloud is enough. Okay. So I'm sharing a lot of tips, right? Canva, yeah, Canva we can cover on separate session. Canva is now getting very powerful with latest features. Okay, inshallah, yeah. So this is something lasting, cheap publicity from my YouTube. So you can scan this QR code, and please do subscribe, and you could get a lot of my workshop sessions recording on my YouTube channel. And I will be doing, yeah, it's there. Someone asked and I showed it here. Clinical Simulation Center. Wow, that's something very close to my heart, because in IMU I'm working very closely with our Clinical Skill Simulation Center. So I'm sharing my YouTube. Scan this, subscribe it, share with others, and do support my channel, and do support UITM CIDL channel also. That's how we support each other. Okay.
Do not
Can I
forget
know
to
what
like,
is
share,
the
and
app that?
subscribe.
Okay, the app just now, Dr. Haryani, right? Regarding the poll, we use poll everywhere to engage audience, and inside poll everywhere we have word cloud option. You can use Multimeter, you can use other software also if they have word cloud as option. So use open-ended question, and whatever audience will paste, it will generate word cloud. Word cloud, okay, not word. Yeah. Can you share the recording of this webinar? I think moderator will address this. And if they will share with me recording, I will upload on my YouTube. And this is more, if you want to know more, this is my blog, WordPress. And I think all these slides will be shared on my SlideShare. Normally I do before the session, but this time I was editing last minute also something. So sorry for that. I think after this session, I will be uploading all, and I'm copy left. Everything is shareable, and you can use it, reuse, modify. Just give me acknowledgement, that's all. And this is my Twitter handler at the bottom. So if you scan this QR code, you will be going directly to my blog and my SlideShare. And this is in detail. And let's move on to the question answer session, the final one.
All right. Okay, so while waiting for we're waiting for us to get more question, I just would like to remind everyone to scan the QR code for your attendance, and you will get the e-cert straight away sent to your email. All right, and then we're going to have two more programs. The next program is going to be on 14th July 2021 on Wednesday. This is going to be the next TED Talks 360 degrees video in higher education with Dr. Josh Reina from Rensselaer, Australia and New Zealand University. And then we're going to have one more session for July, which is going to be happen on 22nd July 2001. Siri bercakap dengan CG. So kita ada dua session. Session kita ada dalam bahasa Inggeris dan juga bahasa Melayu. Dan Siri pada 22 Julai 2021 akan diadakan dalam bahasa Melayu. Siri bercakap dengan CG, membikin kandungan video PDP berinovasi bersama dua pemenang muda Anugerah Inovasi Video Pendidikan.
And dear audience, just to remind you once again, please, we would like to ask for your favor to please like and share our YouTube channel, and please hit on like button on Facebook, our CIDL official Facebook page, for you to get yourselves updated about all the events or talks we will be organizing. And and inshallah we will also blast emails, all right, before every talk we organize. And another way is, of course, by using our social media platform, which is Facebook.
Yes. don't forget to like, share, and subscribe our
Subscribe,
YouTube.
not just our
Yes,
YouTube
also
channel, but
Mr.
also Mr. Hasnain's channel.
Correct,
Thanks.
Mr.
Thanks.
Safwan.
Yeah. So, any other question? Final question, if.
We have
Actually, we
questions?
do have a few questions from the audience. Okay, let me just go through very quickly. All right.
Or anything I miss out, It's okay, because they all are in thank you mode now.
Yeah, they are all in thank you mood now.
So no worries. I mean, I think you can get the recording link and my contact, and feel free to contact me anytime, anything you want to know more, and I'm happy to share what I know. So the more you share, the more you learn, and I learn a lot from this session, and I really happy to. And once again, thanks to UITM and CIDL team, and the way they put behind the scene the hard work. We had actually rehearsal yesterday, and I
Thank
really
you.
appreciate. And I really enjoyed the audience, actually, the way they engage, the way they ask the questions, and that actually really motivates and energizes us all. So all the best, and hopefully whatever I have shared, uh, try apply tomorrow. Don't delay, because the moment you delay, you will forget. Then there will be other noise, and then you will go back to again comfort zone. So challenge yourself, change yourself every day, every now and then. Learn new tools, and tools and technology is just helping us to reach to destination. It's not the destination. So don't start with tool, start with pedagogy, start with your technique. Tool will be the last thing to come. And technology, don't blame technology also. If you design badly, technology will copy that error and deliver according to your design. So just now somebody asked, we don't have time to design. We have to have time to design, because if we design wrongly, then I've heard like people blaming tools and technology, or technology fault. So we have even discussed, just to share with all of you. I think appreciation to organizing team, Miss Diana and Safwan, Safwat, right?
Yes,
And
yes.
Nizar, right? And we have even discussed a backup plan. What if this streaming crash? So tool may fail anytime. So we have even
Thank you very
discussed.
much for your expertise, Mr. Hasna. You have shared a lot with us. If you are not sharing anything with us, I don't think that this webinar could be happen today.
No worries. My pleasure. All the best. Stay safe, everybody. Follow SOPs, and let's flatten the curve,
Yes, let's
as we
flatten
as
the
we
curve.
did for first wave.
Yes, correct. So thank you,
Okay.
Mr.
Thank you
Hasnain.
so much, Mr. Hasnain.
Yes, Mr. Safwan. Yes.
Thank you so much, Mr. Hasnain. It's been a very insightful and fruitful session. I think we all have learned a lot. We have learned a lot of new things just by listening to your talk today. Hopefully, inshallah, in the future, we can collaborate more, organize more and more events and learn more and more things together. And thank you so much to the audience for being here, for supporting this Tech at Talk organized
Correct.
by, yes,
Can
organized
Mr.
by 360
Mr.
Degrees.
Hasnain?
Yes, Mr. Aslan, you were saying something?
before I leave, I forget to remind and announce, every year IMU is organizing Learning Resources Festival,
Oh, wow.
and let me share the link. And I
Okay.
can only share in the private channel, but can you copy that to public? And
Yes, we will.
Yes,
yeah,
yes, yes, yes.
this will be our 8th year. It started with e-learning festival, and then now it's Learning Resources Festival. And for first time this year, we are going international, like it's international event. And the theme for this year is driving digital transformation. So let me paste the
Driving digital
link in the private. and feel free to register, and you will learn a lot because every year we enhance, and this year you can take part in competitions. So bring in your educational apps and you may win prizes, and awards. So feel free to join our festival. Okay. Yeah, that's all.
Alright. Okay.
And once
Thank you,
again,
Mr.
thanks.
Adnan.
Okay.
Thank you
Thank you
so
very
much
much,
too,
Mr.
sir.
Adnan.
Thank you so much.
Yes, we would like to say thank you, Malaysia. Thank you, Indonesia and Philippines for joining us
Yes,
today.
yes.
Yeah, we have Prof. Udan from University Terbuka Indonesia, Ibu Laili from Universitas Airlangga, and we have also all the lecturers academic from UITM all over Malaysia, from Sabah, Melaka, Perak, as well as Shah Alam. Thank you very, very much for joining us today. Don't forget our next program, TED Talks, on 14 July 2021 with Dr. Josh Reyna from Australia. Yes, Safwan?
Yeah, we will be discussing about 360 degrees video-based learning,
Yeah.
inshallah. All right, thank you so much to 360 degrees video-based learning collaborative group from Center for Innovative Delivery and Learning Development, CIDL, UITM, for organizing such a very good event and very, very beneficial for all academics. Yeah,
Yes.
academicians, yes. Thank
Thank
you
you
so
very
much.
much. See you again. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum. Allah
Assalamualaikum.
Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz. Yes.